I want to show you how to create a custom GPT. In tomorrow's workshop, the 12th, Friday the 12th of December, I'm going to run through it step by step, going to give you some supporting documentation to allow you create your own, regardless of what business you happen to be in. So why would you want a custom GPT? Well, for example, you might run an engineering company and have multiple components, spec sheets, references, guides, and so forth, and you want to compile a database that your engineering people can access and find quick answers to. That's one use case. Maybe you're in retail and you've got a lot of products. You want customers to be able to get answers quickly. There's another use case. Maybe you run a service business and you've got a dozen or 2 dozen engineers on the road who are servicing particular equipment. So build a custom GPT, lob in all of those user manuals and spec sheets and so forth. Engineers can get answers to questions rapidly. There are loads of use cases, regardless of what business you're in. Product development, HR, no matter what your function is, custom GPTs will help you get your work done and find answers to common questions quickly. And to distinguish a custom GPT from just using GPT like a chatbot, a custom GPT is narrowly focused on the documentation that you give it. And that's what's really key here. Open-ended conversations or chats with ChatGPT is liable to produce all kinds of, well, unhelpful material. So custom GPTs, how do you do it? Let me show you this. Okay, so here's ChatGPT. I'm logged in, and you will notice down the bottom hand side here, left-hand side here, I'm on the plus version. If you're on the free version of ChatGPT, you won't be able to create a custom GPT. They'll ask you to upgrade. So just going to move a few bits and pieces around here so I can see better. Let me close that. Okay, so over here in the left hand column where it says GPTs, click on it and then explore. It'll take you to the GPT section. Think of this like the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Third parties create applications and they launch them here for you to use. Be careful about what you use and what information you give these third parties, okay? Over here, if you've created GPTs before, you will see this button, My GPTs. If you haven't, you will see Create. If you're on the free version, this Create button will be grayed out and you'll be prompted to upgrade. When you go in here, let's close that down and close that down so it's not in the way. When you go in here, you'll be presented with the following screen. You've got Create and you've got Configure. I'd encourage you to start with Configure and be explicit about the information that you give ChatGPT. So in here you add an image, you can upload it, or indeed ChatGPT can generate one for you. In here, name it. So maybe it's an engineering database, maybe it's a clothing catalog, maybe it's whatever happens to be. Give it a name that you recognize. Give it a short description, what it is it does. And in here are instructions. This is a really important piece. And if you're with me tomorrow in the workshop, I'll get into this in a bit of detail and how to create instructions that the GPT can use. These are really critical. If you get this wrong, your GPT won't work for you. Conversation starters, I'll explain what they are tomorrow. They're not essential, but we'll go through that. Here's where you upload your files. This is your knowledge base. There are some limitations with regard to file sizes and so forth. Again, we'll get into that tomorrow. So you can upload here PDFs, spreadsheets, Word docs, all kinds of stuff. And we'll get into a bit of detail on that. The model, you can select which model the GPT uses. Here, no recommended model. Users will use any model they prefer. Perhaps you want to leave that as it is or be more defined. Do you want your GPT to access the web? If it's an internal GPT for your files, your company information, maybe not, maybe not. Do you want Canvas? I'll explain what Canvas is tomorrow. It goes into a bit more depth in regard to its answer, allows the user engage with the GPT more deeply. More detail on that tomorrow. You might want to leave that on or off. Image generation, maybe you don't want that as part of this particular GPT. Turn it on, turn it off. Code interpreter, again, we'll get into that in a bit of detail tomorrow. Actions are what you want the GPT to do when somebody engages with it, and you can go a lot further here. You can add your code, you can adjust the settings, the type of authentication you want to include. So if somebody's accessing a website or whatever, or a script that you have running in the background, this is where you do that. And then your privacy policy link. Once you're done, be careful you don't, well, it doesn't really matter which button you click here, but this is the one you want, this little arrow button here to just click back. As you create your GPT, it'll appear here on the right hand side, and you can test it right here on the fly on the right hand side of the screen. That's it in a nutshell, and I know I've flown through that pretty quickly. Where's my screen gone? Yes, here we go. I'm back. So I can go into a lot of detail on this tomorrow and show you how to create your custom instructions. This is really the important piece, and how to save it and test it and so on. If you're interested in creating a GPT for your business, link below to the workshop. Hope to see you there. Salam for now.